Hey everyone, I'm Claire Massingham from the Happiness Bank and welcome to my weekly blog. This week I want to talk to you about the one thing that has brought colour to my world during my post-holiday blues. I honestly didn't think it would be so hard coming back to reality after an amazing 3 weeks on the other side of the world. I have an incredible life. I've got good health, a part-time job that helps me pay the bills, my work on the Happiness Bank that gives me meaning and purpose, a wonderful husband, a loving family, and a group of the most incredible friends a person could ever want. And yet, I've been struggling so bad with the post-holiday blues. You know, it's so weird. When you're away in an unfamiliar environment, you miss your normal routine. And when you get home, all you want to do is anything but your normal routine. This past week, I've slept in, I've eaten badly, I've hardly exercised at all, and I have grumbled my way through work. I haven't even wanted to work on the Happiness Bank, which is usually the driving force that gets me out of bed each morning. In fact, I've been questioning everything in my life that I'm doing at the moment, and I'm really hoping that it's just the jet lag talking. Now, each week on the Happiness Bank, I talk about making deposits into your happiness account every day so that when you're feeling down, you can make a withdrawal from your account and know that you won't hit rock bottom. And I also talk about focusing on the things that are already good in your life and not dwelling on thoughts that are not going to be helpful and that are not going to move you forward. So this week for me, it's been a wonderful lesson in trying to walk my talk. Now, even though I've had to make a few withdrawals coping with my post-holiday blues, I've also been really conscious about making the effort, despite feeling a bit down, to put some deposits into my happiness account. The funny thing is that the deposits have come from things that I haven't consciously controlled. And they have actually all centered around one thing, and that's being loved. I want to tell you about 3 of my top deposits that came to me this week. Now, the first deposit came on the morning we arrived home. After unpacking, cleaning the kitchen and settling in, I phoned my mum to say that we had arrived home safely. Now, she wasn't expecting us home until Sunday, so the sheer delight in her voice to know that we were already home and that she didn't have to worry herself sick about me flying was just beautiful. She immediately asked if her and Dad could pop around to say hello, so they came around, and they'd been following our every move on Facebook whilst we'd been away. And I never thought that my 82-year-old dad would ever use Facebook. How wonderful it was to know that I was loved and cherished. The next deposit came on the morning that I finally made myself get out of bed to walk around the block. I was practicing my normal mindfulness and also giving thanks for a beautiful day, which is what I normally do because it makes me feel good. And then I came to Miss Edie's house. Now, I hadn't seen Miss Edie for nearly 4 weeks, and there she was, sitting at the gate, tail wagging, tongue ready to lick me, and a whole body wriggling in excitement at the thought of a tickle and a pat.
She's crazy.
I noticed that a new sign had been attached to the gate that read, "Hi, my name is Edie, thanks for the love and the pats." I had such a big grin on my face and my heart was filled with the unconditional love that Miss Edie gave to me on that day. Once again, I mentally filed that deposit into my happiness account. Now, the next one was a huge deposit that came from my friends. They are my friends at work, and on my first day back in the office, I walked in hoping that no one would notice me coming in. I just wanted to quietly slink into my chair, open up my emails, and not talk to anyone. That was how grumpy I was feeling. Well, my workmates had an entirely different idea. As soon as they saw me walked in, there were squeals of delight, faces beaming at me, friends lining up for hugs, and the biggest, warmest welcome reception that I have ever experienced. Now, how could a girl feel unhappy after that? I was simply overwhelmed by the love given to me and the genuine pleasure from my workmates that I was back on deck. And when I got home and I thought, wow, you know what, it couldn't get any better than this. I opened up my Facebook and there on my timeline was a little post from a girlfriend at work. And have a look, this is what she posted on my timeline. Never underestimate the positive power of love and friendship. The one thing you need to bring happiness into your life is simply love. To be loved and to love in return really is the driving force behind happiness. There's one thing you have to realize though, it's not just going to happen to you. You have to put some effort into it. What you constantly put out into the world will come back to you in equal proportions. So if you are grumpy and fearful and walking around with not a smile on your face the majority of the time, that is what you will attract back into your life. This past week has made me realize how important it is to show your happiness, to make the choice to be happy whenever you can, and to cast your love out into the world. It came back to me just when I needed it the most. Thanks heaps for staying to the end and listening. I really hope you got a little something out of this vlog today. I know that if we all continue to deposit into our happiness accounts, we will make this world the most glorious place to live in. Please be happy, colour the world, and I look forward to seeing you next week.